When I showed you this, some of you wanted to see my daughter's recipe for her vegan marble double layer cake. So that's what this video is going to be, except she decided to instead make a pina colada cake. So stay tuned for the recipe. The good thing is it's the same recipe that's just going to kind of be tweaked per the ingredients. So the first thing we need, and we're making two, so that's why we've got two bowls, and we have two springform pans, and we need 1 3/4 cup of flour. Now we need to add 1 cup of sugar. Okay, so it's pretty much 1 cup. So 1 cup of sugar in each bowl. Now, of course, this is if you want to make a double layer cake, and both of these levels, sorry for the noise, are sort of thin. So it makes like a good double layer. Now we need a teaspoon of baking soda. So we're putting all the dry ingredients together first. And notice look at that, we've repurposed a Fabonnaise jar. You know, obviously, I'm sure you guys do this, keep your jars or recycle them, but they're good to recycle and use for a different purpose. Okay, so half a teaspoon of salt. Do you want to just pour it like this? Oh, we forgot to put the oven on. So you should preheat the oven to 350, right, Chloe?
Yeah.
So we're going to get that started. Preheat to 350 to start. So we've got our salt in here, and
these are all the dry ingredients.
Good, and then we would mix it up. Okay, so just give your dry ingredients a good mix to incorporate everything. Oops. Okay. Or you can use a fork. I prefer a fork. I think it's easier, at least with the smaller bowl. But I'll give this one a good mix with the wooden spoon, as this bowl is bigger, so it's not as easy for ingredients to go flying. Okay, so now the recipe calls for like 1 cup of your favorite non-dairy milk. And we would use, but Chloe wants to make this a pineapple pina colada cake.
Yes.
So we're going to put a mix of some soy milk and some pineapple juice. So hoping this turns out well. So Chloe, what do you want to do? You want to do half and half?
I'm thinking half.
So we could measure out half a cup then, or you can just fill this part way.
I'll eyeball it.
Okay. She's like me. We just guesstimate.
Is that about half?
Yeah, I think that looks like, if we were to measure.
Be a little bit more.
No, I think that's perfect.
No, because I'm looking at it from a little bit lower.
Okay. If you measure that, it's probably a really close half. In any case, you want enough to give the.
Yeah, I'll say that's half.
So guys, instead of eyeballing it, you can put half. Just be careful with that. Lift it up gently. Okay. Half a cup of soy milk or whatever non-dairy milk you like, and half a cup of pineapple juice. So we're going to do that with the other bowl as well, because this is both the same. Now, when she made the marble cake, we made 1 part chocolate, 1 part vanilla. But you know, the good thing about it, it's a base recipe and you can play around with it.
It smells good already though.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so now 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And this is one I got when I was in the Dominican Republic. Now, I would say too, if you wanted to add even a more pineapple flavor, if there's like a pineapple extract somewhere, you could add a little bit. Mm-hmm. But we're going to see how this turns out as it is, because maybe it's going to just be perfect. My daughter has become quite the chef. And then we need 1/3 cup of oil. So it's canola oil, yeah, or vegetable oil. We already have it down here, 1/3 cup. There we go.
That was perfect.
Ah, there we go. See, she can still learn something from me. And lastly, a tablespoon of vinegar. Do you want to hold it over again? Just in case any little extra spills out. That's 1 tablespoon. Oops. There we go. That one got a little extra. So now we're we're going to mix. Oh, you're just gonna mix. Ooh, look at the power mixing. There we go. Some muscle into it. Now the key to not having a cake that rises too much for when you make a double layer is to not use any baking powder. Just the baking soda, so.
You're not gonna get the food coloring.
Okay, yeah, so my daughter also, you know, she's, like I said, become quite the chef. She's picked up some food coloring. Okay, so she's going to use some food coloring, and what does it say about how much to put in? Are you just like dropping?
Says for orange, 2 drops of red and 3 of yellow, but I feel like that's a lot of red, so.
Oh, 2 drops. So we're using the Plockmans.
So I'm
And it came with 4 colors in here, right, Chloe?
Yes.
So what are you making this one?
I'm making it kind of more of an orangey color.
Okay. And then, okay, so give it a mix.
Oh wow, it's pretty.
And it's fun, because you could even just like swirl and leave it. You know, possibly. Well, what color do you want to make this one?
I was thinking of making it kind of more yellow. I'll add a little more yellow to this. A little more. I'll add 2 more drops. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy.
Now, if you guys don't want to go to this route, you can skip this step. But this is just going to add a little more flair to your cakes. And soon you'll have a cake baking business, and you'll be baking cakes for weddings and birthday parties, etc. Right, Chloe?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I think this ended up a little more red than she wanted. So she's going to make this one and can a little more on the yellow side.
Yeah.
Okay, which is already looking pretty yellow. I guess I wouldn't add any red to this.
No.
So my daughter got the smart idea to taste it first, just to make sure she likes the flavors. I'll go with her view.
Oh, that's good.
Did it change the flavor?
What?
The coloring didn't change the flavor, right?
No.
It's just the pineapple?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can taste the pineapple?
Yeah, you can. Mm-hmm. And we have, you can, maybe we're going to put some pineapple pieces on the icing. I assume that's what you might be doing?
Yes.
Stop eating it. Eat it when it's done. You lick the bowl later, and guess what? You can lick the bowl without guilt because there's no eggs in this. No one has to worry about dying. Okay, so we have 2 springform pans, and we have just greased the bottom with some vegan butter and some flour. I'm really, really, really peeved because we bought the perfect parchment paper to line that, the circular parchment paper, but God only knows where it is right now. Can't be found. So we're going old school with this. And in the oven for how many minutes, Chloe? 40?
About 30, I believe.
Was it 30 or 40? 30 or 40 minutes. We'll get back to you with the exact amount of time. But go ahead, Chloe. So we're just going to fork Chloe for a sec. Just hold it. Yeah. Okay, that's what they look like, guys. Yes, we are enjoying licking out the bowls. We're going to get them in the oven. I think it's 30 minutes. We'll be back. See you soon. Okay, so they cooked for half an hour. My daughter's sticking in a toothpick.
Clean.
Looks clean. We're going to assume the other one is clean too.
But better safe than sorry. Yep.
Great. So we're going to let these cool. Right now they look like they're the same color, but it's going to be when we cut it, we're going to see the difference, obviously. Mm-hmm. We're going to let them cool, and then we'll get to the icing and doing all the rest of the stuff to make it a super duper looking cake. Okay, so we are back. We cooled these in the fridge actually overnight. So now, with the beautiful springform pan, you just do that. Take that off.
I don't remember which one was which, so we're gonna have to cut the top. This one should definitely go on the top because of the height difference.
Yeah. So regardless,
yeah.
We're gonna cut this. I think, does this need to be cut? We'll try to cut that a little. We're gonna get a knife. We'll be back. Okay, while this does look fairly flat, I think I might just see if, should I try? I guess it looks flat enough. I just feel like I want to do a little bit of this, but it might not be. We're not gonna
put it down.
Okay. Well, what we need to do is get them off this, which is why I'm really upset I didn't have the parchment paper. But we're gonna use a butter knife, I guess, to put it under here and get this off. And then we're gonna put it on a different tray so we can decorate. Once you get the knife underneath, you can just use your fingers and pry the rest up, which I've done. So we're going to, of course, start with our bottom layer. And Chloe's decided we're just going to use, oh no, store-bought icing, which is fine. She's going to do what she calls the crumb layer. Go ahead.
I'm not doing the crumb coat yet.
Crumb coat. Sorry.
I'm putting this on so we can stack it.
Okay.
Store-bought icing isn't the best, but I'm just lazy.
And the great thing about Betty Crocker, I think when I first went vegan, a lot of their icings were not vegan, like the buttercream and the cream cheese. But guess what? These ones are. They say may contain milk. Do not worry if it says may contain milk. May contain milk simply means it was made in a factory where there could be a possible contamination. So if you're like deathly allergic, you might stay away from it. But otherwise, all machines are cleaned between making products that have milk and those that don't. But still, just in case something wasn't clean quite well enough, they have to like legally let you know that there's a possible cross-contamination. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, so she's got that layer done, and explain what's going to be next, Chloe.
I'm just putting this one on. Just gonna put this one on, trying to get it centered. Is that centered? Guess we should have cut the top.
Yeah, we could have cut it.
But
okay, so since this actually, when we put it on, seems a little bit high and not perfect, we've taken that top part off. We're going to cut a little bit of this to make this flat so that the top layer will sit nicely on there. So don't be afraid to, redo something if you've made a mistake and it's still fixable. Okay, so we've cut some off. We think we've cut enough. So once again, Chloe's putting the icing on here. And we'll be back. Okay, so we have cut this off to make it look like it's fully even. And we're now going to, not fully even, fully flat. We're now going to put the top layer. Yes, it's looking better, I think.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah. Oh, that's looking a lot better.
Okay, great. So
you can just turn it to make sure it's on evenly. Looks like it's centered.
I think it looks like it's, really well centered.
Yep.
And we have our cat. Cat, you don't like cake. Our other cat probably would eat cake, but...
And now we're going to do the crumb coat.
So explain what the crumb coat is, Chloe.
Just the first layer you do with the icing that locks in any stray crumbs so they don't get into the outer layer of the cake to make it look more presentable.
See, we've got a master right here. And it is definitely looking very good as she smooths around the icing over the sides. As she said, the crumb coat will get rid of the lumps and bumps of the crumbs that are on the cake. Okay, here it is. So now, Chloe says, we chill this. We're also making this big loaf of whole wheat bread in this bread maker. It really came up beautifully. It called for 1 egg, but we put a flax egg in there. So my mom and I were making this, and we're going to see how this turns out. Look at this bread. It turned out amazingly. This has nothing to do with the rest of the video, but I just had to share this. It called for an egg, so we used a flax egg, and this rose perfectly. It's a delicious loaf of bread. Okay, so it has been chilled for more than an hour, and now Chloe is
adding the icing, the actual...
Oh, were you going to make some of this a different color, right?
Yes.
So I have an icing recipe, guys, that I might put it up. Let me know if you want to see it. Okay, so this is how she's done the bottom so far. And now she's going to add some food coloring. Okay, so she put some orange in there to make it yellow. You could maybe make it a tiny bit more. So she's made it yellow, but she's putting more orange. This is all, of course, up to you. You don't have to do any of this. You can just put icing on this at this point and enjoy your cake, and then apply. Okay, so she's gotten the yellow one that looks beautiful, and we have a spreading thing I got from Bob's Red Mill at one point. Maybe think of VegFest, and she's just going to use this to spread the icing. And do you need me help? I'm filming, so I guess I can't help turn. But you see she's just turning as she's putting the spreader on there. So it is spreading the icing. So we found this at the store. at Walmart, some sort of cupcake icing. So I guess it's already in the can and it has the different nozzles. So we're gonna try one of these to help decorate this. Okay, we figured out how to get this thing to work. You gotta press this hard if you've ever used or not used this before. You're pushing out icing. Let's hope that we can.
You gotta press real hard.
Yeah. It's a little hard. Yay, look how nice that looks. If that's the only one we get, it still looks nice. So this is what it looks like so far. Okay.
I would not recommend that can. It's very...
Yeah, it's not easy to...
They should have done a whipped frosting. This seems like a little too thick, like a buttercream.
My daughter's finger really is sore from trying to get that to work.
Yeah, you probably can't see, but...
Shouldn't be so hard. It's like soy whip. If you've ever tried having that soy whipped cream, it's horrifying.
Now we're just going to top it with some...
Coconut flakes. Ooh, doesn't this look good? How much would you sell this for?
Like $10.
No, I'd sell it for more than that.
I'm not very good at
I would sell this for at least $40. Think about it. I mean, it's gonna taste great, and it looks good. I mean, come on.
I need more coconut flakes.
People aren't gonna think that my child created this. Okay, and look at this lovely cake. Guess what I want to do? I want to cut that cake. Let's take a look.
Oh, it's the exact same color.
You mean they're both the same color?
Yeah,
Well, this is slightly darker. I guess it didn't bake as well with a different color, but let's get
That's really
let's get a nice picture of this.
I can't.
You can see the colors are different though.
Yeah, but you would expect it to be more of a bright orange.
Maybe that goes to show you have to put more.
Yeah, it tastes good. I kind of want another slice.
Mmm. This would be delicious with some tea. Okay.
Maybe next time I would put a little more pineapple juice.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking. Honestly, I would maybe pick up a pineapple extract for a slightly stronger taste. But you know, you can taste it in there, and the coconut on the top, that's really nice as well. This is my daughter's Pina Colada cake. All vegan. It's delicious. And let me know if you guys try the recipe. The marble recipe, the marble cake is a little different. Maybe we'll do that one too. But the base recipe can work, and you can flavor it up and change it up. And that's all for now. Anything you want to say, Chloe?
No.
No? We're just going to eat and enjoy. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.